Hailey Welsh made millions of dollars by saying and today we're gonna talk about exactly how she did it and how you can do it as well, and some things that you probably shouldn't do. In July 2024, when Hailey Welsh and her friend were walking down the roads of Tennessee while being drunk, they got interviewed from some YouTubers who were doing street interviews. And that's when Hailey said the phrase that changed her life forever. Now the difference between the hundreds of people who go viral for memes every day and Hailey Welsh is that instead of having fame for like a few weeks maximum and then becoming another dead meme, she held on to her fame for almost 5 months, and if it weren't for her short-term greediness, she could have held on to it for a lot longer. From the moment she went viral, she was not embarrassed to take control. If this was someone else, they would immediately deactivate their social media and wait till the meme dies without interacting. But she did the complete opposite. She started doing more content on social media, and because the meme went super viral, she gained a lot of followers, and then she started selling merch. Now she's already making a ton of money, but she doesn't stop there. She signs with a management company and she goes on various podcasts as a guest, and she gets invited on stage on a Zach Bryan concert. She even gets to throw the ceremonial first pitch on a Mets game. So she went from being a factory worker making a decent salary to an online influencer making a ton of money overnight. And it didn't stop there. Later on, she started a podcast, and do note that by the time she started the podcast, the original meme has already died. But she got more than 1 million views on her first episode. Now don't worry, I will explain how she did this, but first let me explain the depth of this. She didn't just do a podcast like everybody else and talk about stuff with random people and get a few mildly famous guests here and there. No, she went all in. She got really famous and influential people on her podcast. To name a few, Mark Cuban, Jake Paul, Wiz Khalifa. So far in her journey, she took every correct decision to be financially successful. 99% of the people who goes viral through memes, we never see them again. But not only did she make a fan base, she got a huge fan base. A fan base that an upcoming influencer would take around 2 to 5 years to build. However, in December, she did one of the stupidest things a person could do to practically slaughter their fan base. She introduced a meme coin. She claimed that everyone could get rich from this and to hold on to them without selling. Now if she did this to an audience which has some sort of experience with crypto, they wouldn't follow through. But she is not a financial influencer. She is a comedy/cringy influencer. Her audience have probably never even purchased Bitcoin before. It's like if I sold a course on how to play guitar. Now I'm not going too much in detail about the whole crypto scam they pulled off because I honestly don't have all the details and I don't like coming to conclusions without doing the investigation myself. But from what I know, I am certain Hailey Welsh and her team made millions of dollars while their fans lost a lot of money. You can watch CoffeeZilla's video if you want to learn more about it. Now that we talked about her journey, let's talk about how she pulled it off. There are 3 main things that she did just right to hold on to that fame for a long time. First point is her planning and execution. She did not hide from the backlash. She did not just do one thing and call it a day. From the moment the meme gained traction, she started capitalizing on it, and she had a proper plan to go from a factory worker to becoming an online influencer who now has her own podcast. Now if she started the podcast as soon as the meme went viral, I'm pretty sure it won't get too famous. Now I'm not saying that she had this clear-cut path going from point A to point B. She definitely did face some issues throughout, but that didn't stop her. And she acted fast. If she had waited till the meme died before doing anything, she wouldn't be famous at all. Now the important thing to note is that she planned the next steps really well. Now I don't know whether she actually planned it or it was just a coincidence, but looking back at it, her journey can clearly be broken down and studied, which means it can be replicated. The second point is her timing and the viral factor. If I were to pick just one reason to explain her long-lasting fame, this would be it. Her timing was perfect. Her target audience were not smart. In fact, this entire fame she has was just cringe. But she played the game so well that she got famous for being cringe. Think about it. You and I, both of us, have at least seen one video of the original meme which when overplayed became cringe. But then after it became cringe, we got to know that this random girl who got famous for saying started capitalizing on it and started selling merch, and people were making fun of that. But then it started to die in a couple of days, and then again we got to know that she went on stage. A girl who has no talent went on stage because one night she happened to say and once again people started making fun of her, to the point where her entire personality became cringe. But still, this meant that she's still famous even for the wrong reasons. And then she started the podcast, which was memed on at a completely different level. Can you remember when the song Thick of It by KSI was released? It was heavily memed on. And can you also remember when Lunchly, a product by Logan Paul, KSI and Mr. Beast, was released? That was also heavily memed on. And what else was heavily memed on around these days? Yup, That's right, the Tuah podcast. And luckily for Hailey, they were getting memed on together. Here is an example just in case you were living under a rock. So Mr. Beast, KSI, Logan Paul, these people who have millions of followers gets memed with a random girl from a meme who started a podcast. Hailey could not even buy this type of fame for $1 million because yeah, it's not getting fame for a good reason. But as I said, she's doubling down on the cringe factor. Her entire personality is so cringe that it becomes funny. And after that, she has already built a fan base. Now she doesn't need to be memed on in order to be famous because she is already famous. But she didn't stop there. When those memes start to die, she did a podcast with Mark Cuban and that was also heavily memed on. Once again, whether she does this purposely or not, it doesn't matter. Anyways, the third point is her preparedness. What happened to Hailey was like going to a stand-up comedy show and the comedian asks you a question and you made the entire crowd laugh so hard that it jump-started your career as a comedian. Because you have to understand, she got all this fame overnight. She had no experience being an influencer, so her chances of messing it up was really high. And I've seen it happen to other people. But she somehow did everything correct, at least until the whole crypto scam. Now I know most of you might be thinking, even though you might know every step to take once you have gone viral, you are not going viral. Well, what if I told you that you don't have to get drunk and be interviewed in order to go viral? Now I'm not saying that it's easy, but it is possible to recreate something like this, but something that's completely new and make it go viral. You just need to hit that line where it's not too cringe that it's unwatchable and it's not too funny that it'll make you laugh on its own. Because you want people to interact with it and make memes by adding scenarios in order to go viral. Once again, this is not easy, but if done right, could get you the same result. And by the way, if you ever do get famous, please don't do anything which your fans will hate you for. It's a guaranteed way to lose all that progress within a couple of days. So that's pretty much it for this video. I hope you liked it. If you did, make sure to hit the like button and subscribe for more videos like this. I will see you in the next video.